Hi, lovelies. This week's guest is a lactician, colorist, and braider. She's a social worker, teacher, and mental health professional. She's also a home inspector and brand ambassador, and soon to be realtor. The virtuous woman has nothing on her. If you'd like to meet her, stay tuned. Welcome to another episode of Loving Life with Lane. I'm Lane. This is JuVedia Woods. She is a lactician, a hair colorist, hairstylist, all around entrepreneur. What don't you do? She home renovation, everything. Whatever you can think of, she does it all. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is JuVedia. My full time is a lactician, and with that comes coloring too. That's what I do the most. Should I say it?
Yeah. What other services do you provide?
I do braids, box braids, cornrows, home inspections. I have a home inspection company. The website is woodsinspectioncompany.com. I'm also into real estate, preparing to retake my real estate exam for the state of Michigan.
I told y'all she does everything. Go ahead.
And currently a case manager also for Hope Network, dealing with mental health. So I just picked that up. I decided I wanted to go back to work and continue to do hair. So after 3 years, I'll be going back to work. I've just been working, doing hair most of the time since the pandemic. So I just got bored and wanted to go back to work and still do hair.
All right. So can you let the people know, how did you end up stepping out on faith and working for yourself?
So I was working I had left DHS after 8 years. I had left DHS and started teaching. I got my master's degree in education, and I started teaching for a couple years. Well, when the pandemic hit in that March, they told us we couldn't go back to school. I already knew how to do hair, and I already was a braider part-time. And so when the pandemic hit, people didn't want to stop getting their hair done. That's the one thing that people was not giving up, was hair. The beauty shops and things were closed, but by me not having to be a license to do braids or locks, I was mainly braiding. I did not know how to really do locks at first. I started braiding hair full time, and so when we were out of school from March to August, because the summer came, so when August, I had all summer, I had said, like, I don't miss the money, I like making my own schedule, and I was just really liking it. And when August came, I decided that I wasn't going back to work. And I've been doing hair ever since. Then I decided that the braids took too much time and too much of a toll on your body. So I learned how I got better with locks. I looked it up, I got on YouTube, I talked to the loctician here at Tasha's Lock Shop. She's the owner. And she helped me out too, and I started doing locks. And when it lifted, where you could go back to the beauty shop, I started doing locks full time.
All right. Now, was it scary to be out there financially?
No, because I already had worked so long and I was, I couldn't go to work. My job had us out. We were still getting paid, but I had worked so long doing locks, I wasn't missing the money. I was working doing braids. I mean, not locks. I was doing braids, and I just wasn't missing them. It was the same money. I just didn't have the same benefits, but I wasn't missing any money because, again, everybody wants their hair done no matter what's going on. So that's the industry that didn't really suffer.
Okay. And what did you have to do to get started to be able to be a hairstylist?
Practice and research. I had a lady, when I became a braider, I had a lady, JuVedia White. She used to always see me like do my own hair or do people hair just because I knew how to do hair. My mom went to cosmetology school when I was a kid, so I kind of always knew how to do hair. Well, JuVedia always kept asking me to come work in her shop, and I thought I wasn't good enough, and plus I was working full time for DHS at that time. And then finally one day I was like, well, can you work around my work schedule? And I started doing braids. I got me a braiding app, then word of mouth, Facebook. Her having a salon, some of her customers wanted to come to me when they, in between getting their regular hairstyles, when they just wanted a break from hair, they would come to me and get braids. And then I was known for not putting tension on the hair, so a lot of people liked my braids, and so clientele built up fast. Eventually I wasn't working and I was just doing hair because that's what I enjoyed doing.
Wow, that is an amazing story. What would you say to somebody who has a talent, has a gift, but are like concerned, worried, scared to step into that gift and pursue it?
You just got to give it a try. At least try it and see if it's gonna work. You can always go back if it doesn't work out. But if you work around your work schedule and you're getting clientele, people like you, your personality is good, and your work is good, and you can always constantly I'm still on YouTube. I'm still trying to perfect my craft, so you get better. I swear, every head you touch, you get better. So you just gotta jump out there. I know a lot of people are not spontaneous or impulsive like I am, but you just gotta get out there and try it. And if it don't work, you can go back to work. Like me, I'm just getting ready to go back to work again after about 3 years. Yep, this month actually was it. I stopped working in March.
Okay.
The year the pandemic hit.
All right. And so, what would you say a person who's willing to step out into their gifts, how should they prepare for that?
Research, put a budget together, find out what you need, eliminate whatever bills you can, just what you need to make it, and what you need to be comfortable. It's definitely a financial thing. And then your social media, you gotta have time for social media because you get a lot of people watching you on social media. And then word of mouth, like I said, it's gonna come. Once you put it out there that you're doing it, people are gonna just naturally support you.
Okay, and can you let the people know your social media handles where they can contact you to get an appointment?
I have Instagram, naturaleeflylocsandmore. It's NATURALEEFLY, locks, LOCS, and AND, more, MORE. And then on Facebook, I was not able to change the name, it just won't let me, but it's Naturally Fly Braids and Lashes because I used to do lashes. That page opened up when it was braids and lashes, but it's linked to my Instagram.
Okay. And who would you say, if you had to identify a person or a group, who is your biggest cheerleader?
Man, Facebook, all my Facebook friends, a lot. I have a lot of them because a lot of people support me and a lot of people like and share my work, even if they don't utilize me or they don't use my services. They still put the word out there.
Awesome. So, and what would you say to somebody who, again, like I said, like if they're not sure, they're hesitant, they think that, like you said, you were saying that they're not good enough. How would you encourage them?
Practice. It's people that'll always okay, for instance, when I started doing lashes, I threw out a special like $25 just to let me give it a shot and practice. The more you do, the more you learn. Just throw a good deal out there, or either take your first 5 people free and work on it. Critique yourself. Don't be afraid of constructive criticism. As long as it's delivered properly, don't be worried about constructive criticism. That's how we learn. So just get out there. YouTube, you can do anything. You can learn anything on YouTube. So keep practicing and keep researching.
Miss Woods is also a brand ambassador. So if you are looking for someone to model or advertise your product or clothing, you can contact her at the email address listed on the screen. Let me see. So, is there an age limit that you have for your clientele?
Well, my youngest client is 3, and it's my grandson. And I started his lock, so I have to keep him up because it was my idea. But he's good. He's not tender-headed. He's a good client.
Awesome.
So I will do kids as long as they sit there without too much of a problem. And I am very patient because I have kids and grandkids.
All right. You have grandkids. You look like you're 3.
Well, you know how old I am. You know exactly how old I am.
Oh, goodness. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Love and Life of Lane. Keep living life limitlessly, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.